In 2015, Liverpool found themselves in obscurity, still a solid team and just 2 years removed from narrowly missing out on the Premier League title in the 13-14 season. In 2015, after losing to Everton, the then Liverpool manager Brendan Rodgers was sacked and a German coach that had taken Dortmund to a Champions League final and back-to-back Bundesliga titles was hired in Jurgen Klopp. And since then, Klopp turned Liverpool into a European super team, winning the Champions League title a year after going to the final and losing to Madrid, and winning the Premier League, breaking the hold that Man City had, maybe even currently have on it. But since that Premier League title, Liverpool started to struggle a bit, finishing third the next season, second after that, and then the European super team that was Liverpool finished fifth last season and missing out on Champions League qualification as a whole. At this point, a small section, maybe even a little bit bigger than a small section, of Liverpool fans and I suppose just general football fans thought that Liverpool under Klopp just wouldn't work anymore, and ahead of this season, despite Liverpool fixing their obvious weaknesses, that was obviously their midfield in the transfer market, tons of fans and pundits were still not quite convinced by Liverpool and expected a more of the same season, expecting them to finish maybe fifth or even lower this time around. But here we are in the beginning of December and Liverpool have been looking like the super team that we came to know under Jurgen Klopp, sitting second in the Premier League as of right now and looking very, very good. But how did Klopp and Liverpool prove the doubters wrong and become a force to be reckoned with for the second time? Well, that's what we will be talking about today. So what's going on, everyone? You're listening to Back of the Net here. I hope you're all doing well. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, as I mentioned in the intro, that despite Liverpool having so much success in recent years, last year was their worst finish since the 15-16 season where they finished 8th. Finishing 5th last year not only disqualified Liverpool from being able to qualify for the Champions League, but also made some Liverpool fans want Klopp out of Liverpool. Last season, they didn't only not have good results, but even in the games that they did win, they did not look good. They were not a free-flowing attacking juggernaut that we always thought Liverpool were under Klopp, and their midfield was an obvious weakness, often getting overrun and outclassed by less talented midfields and teams that had nowhere near the money and the resources that Liverpool had. They also parted ways with Sadio Mane, who was instrumental for them over the last 8 years or so. Their best defender, Virgil van Dijk, looked a shell of himself last season, and Klopp wasn't tactically beating any team and seemed to be relying more on the pure class of some of his players rather than Klopp's tactical abilities. I know it seems crazy to think now, but just 6 months ago, people thought it would be best if Liverpool sacked Klopp and went in another direction. Many people thought it was time to tear down the squad and get rid of many of the players that had served them so well in recent times, and Liverpool, based off their transfer activities, agreed with the sentiment. Klopp was kept, and Liverpool and their board firmly believed in Klopp and his ability to usher in a new look Liverpool and see success with it. Guys like Milner, Henderson, Fabinho, Firmino, and more squad players around the fringes were sold, and the Liverpool board also decided to finally spend some money in the transfer window for the first time in a long time, and Liverpool and Klopp addressed the obvious needs in the squad, the midfield. Wataru Endo was signed from Stuttgart for a fee of around 20 million euros. Endo was not Liverpool's first option in the CDM department after Liverpool spent most of the window chasing to try and sign Brighton's Moises Caicedo, but despite Brighton accepting Liverpool's offer, Caicedo chose Chelsea and Liverpool pivoted to sign Endo, who to be fair has proven as a very capable and useful player for Liverpool. Gravenberch was signed from Bayern Munich for around 40 million euros. World Cup winner McAllister was signed from Brighton for 42 million euros. And the signing that, if I'm thinking about it now, I think changed Liverpool for the better and took them to a whole nother level was the signing of the Hungarian Dominik Szoboszlai from RB Leipzig for a fee of around 70 million euros. Now, Liverpool not only freshened up their midfield by getting new players in, but they also got a lot younger, with guys like Keita, who was 28, Fabinho, who was 29, Henderson, who was 33, Milner, who was 37. Those guys got replaced by a much younger cast in Gravenberch being 21, McAllister just 24, Szoboszlai just 22, and Endo being 30, but they can't all be young, I suppose. These transfers have transformed the way Liverpool have played this season. They have gone back to being a fast, free-flowing attacking team that is tough to overrun in the midfield, even if you have a numerical advantage over them. And with all of this, they have started to look like the Liverpool of old, and despite all the injuries that they have been suffering recently, they are still in elite form. Salah is back to being the Salah of old, despite, let's be honest, never really running out of form. Trent Alexander-Arnold just keeps getting better and better every game, and at this point in time, he is probably one of the best defenders in the world. Not necessarily at defending, but that's another topic for another day. Jota has come into his own, and like I said, Szoboszlai is looking like a masterstroke of a signing. He is instrumental to the way that Liverpool attack, the way that Liverpool play. He's lethal from set pieces, lethal finishing, very good playmaking. I mean, Szoboszlai is the whole package, and he's only just 22 years old. Liverpool are back to being a competitive and ruthless team. Liverpool have played 14 games in the Premier League this season, winning 9 of them, drawing just 4 and losing just once. They are currently just 2 points behind league leaders Arsenal, and they do not look like they are slowing down anytime soon. They've only lost twice in all competitions this season, with both games being away from home. So with that, Liverpool has started to slowly turn Anfield back into the fortress of old. Now, I'm saying all of this to say, I'm not necessarily saying that Liverpool are going to go out and go on a rampage and win the league, even though, let's be honest, that's not far-fetched. It's just how quick of a turnaround this team has had, from people calling for Klopp's head just a couple of months ago to Liverpool now looking better than ever and genuinely looking like the Liverpool of old, an attacking, free-flowing, ruthless team that seems to outscore anyone that is put in front of them. How long this will last though, I don't know. I'm just very impressed with the way that Klopp has managed this team and the way that Klopp has turned this team around, despite so many people, countless amount of people ruling them out. Some people saying they wouldn't even qualify in the top 4, and now they are realistically looking at a potential title charge, and they may even pick up some silverware in the Europa League to boot. Really looking good for Liverpool, and as of right now, I genuinely believe that sky is the limit for this team. I'm not ruling them out of the title race anytime soon. I think it's a 3-horse race as it stands with Arsenal, Liverpool and City, and I think it's going to remain that way to the end of the season. So I think the lesson we've learned here is don't count Liverpool out. Never again. We counted them out at the beginning of the season, and look how well they are doing this time around. But yeah guys, that's the video. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys make of Liverpool's sudden and quick turnaround, and where do you see Liverpool finishing this season? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.